Live and direct. Boogie Down Productions is live. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Dukes, the Scoop, Big Dog Chico, yours truly, Uncle Neely. We have a home game tomorrow night against Wyoming. Got some WNBA action to catch up on. Also, Bills in Miami played last night. It is the morning run, Dukes the Scoop.
Runners, mount up. As you can see, practice still going on at Folsom Field. Colorado Buffaloes prepping for the Wyoming Cowboys coming into town tomorrow night. We're going to get our insights and thoughts and analysis and predictions and everything else.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, for real. That's going to be like 10 o'clock for you, ain't it, Duke?
Yeah, 10:15.
One of those times, man, back in the day where, a couple seasons ago when they played Colorado State, and it was on till 2 in the morning and had the whole country up late and watching the ball game, man. So, I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be a repeat this week with Wyoming,
It's not
but
going to happen.
it's going to be a good ball game.
It's not going to happen.
What's not going to happen? A lot of people watching, or what happened in the ball game?
It's not going to be no triple overtime. It's not going to happen.
That's right. What's your prediction? What do you think going to happen this Saturday with the way Coach Prime had them guys?
I think we got we normally do that at the end of the show, but I think we got a tough opponent coming into Folsom Field. A lot of people look at Wyoming, like it's a lesser deal. But if you look at the way they have played Utah, you look at the way they play their brand of football there, this is a tough opponent coming into Folsom Field. Look at the game they had against fellow Big 12 team, Utah. 3-0 in the first quarter, 0-0 the second quarter, and then that's when the game opened up. This team is built, Wyoming, has guys on the trenches with draft grades, with draft grades. So this is not some slouch team that's coming here. This is not somebody you can, quote unquote, just take for granted and run over. I know Vegas has us a 2-touchdown favorite. I believe that we will win that game, but don't sleep on how tough this game is going to be in the opening quarters of this game. And Chico, if it's not, and if I'm wrong, it just proves what a coalescing the Colorado Buffaloes have done since that loss in Houston. Because this is an opponent that you should look at and you're up 15-0 and be like, oh, we're not playing anybody. No, you're playing somebody. A lot of people didn't realize what we had in Georgia Tech until they saw Georgia Tech play people after us. They would just think, oh, Buffalo should win that game. And then you saw how really good, Georgia Tech is. But if you watch Wyoming Cowboys football, that's a great team that's coming in here.
Agreed. Yeah, I think is spot on, as we like to say. They Wyoming ain't the sisters of the poor, right? They come in here to win the football game. I think that too, it's gonna say a lot. And even when you look at Vegas with the spread being around 14, there were times that you would have felt like the spread would have been even larger for a team as talented as Colorado going up against if you just compare rosters like from top to bottom. But the way that Wyoming plays, they keep the ball, they try to keep the games close. They can get into that, and where we always talk about styles making fights. Wyoming can do some unorthodox things, and they can really take the air out of the football where you look up and the whole quarter has passed. And if you don't think they're going to look at what Houston did and what Georgia Tech did as far as ball control and trying to figure out how do you shrink the possessions of the ball game, then you crazy. And I think that's how they're going to attack it. But Colorado has to say, regardless of how long it takes you to snap the ball, you're getting 3 downs and getting off the field. That's what's the most important. Get off the field when you get those opportunities. Like when you look at the third downs given up in the percentages of times that Colorado should have gotten off the field and they didn't, that's what extends those drives, and that's what stopped Colorado from getting more possessions. So I think this game you'll see more possessions, you'll see more running the ball, and I think Colorado does a lot better than what people think.
And Dukes, I don't know why we let Chico set us up like that. Like, we got to talk WNBA games last night, them game threes. We got to talk Miami Bills. Chico, get off the screen, man.
Get you off the screen? Why? Oh, you said get off the screen.
Get off the screen. Dukes, you and I made some predictions on yesterday, and of course we're gonna get back into Colorado football. But you and I made some predictions on yesterday about how these games would go. Starting first with that Atlanta Dream versus the Fever game. Everything on the line, forced to game 3. And somehow at the end of the game, the Dream just could not get it done, could not get the ball even inbounded.
Man, how you don't get the ball inbounds, man? If it wasn't, let me tell you something. It's times that we talk about being from Atlanta, and you look at Atlanta teams, and you say, man, they gonna figure out a way to mess this up. The Dream was up 5 points. I think it was 85-80 or 86-80. I forgot what they were up 5 with a minute left. Ryan Howard comes down, hits a transition 3. Up 3. The arena's going crazy. All right. The following possessions was like a comedy of errors. It went from transition. You see Breonna Jones, she turns the ball over, just a miscommunication. Then you see they can't get the ball in. Then somebody falls down and leaves the power forward under the hoop wide as hell open, and that's how they go up. And then from that perspective, you got the ball left with plenty of time with 1 point. You call a timeout to get the ball in because you couldn't get the ball in, and you still can't get the ball in. Man, at that point, I was just like, bro, I'm not watching the other game. I ain't watching none of this. Like,
how you just gonna give up like that?
Huh?
You just said you just gonna just done with them that fast?
No, I'm not watching no other game. I'm not watching the other WNBA.
Oh,
game.
The other Okay.
Yeah.
You watched the Atlanta game. Okay,
but it's they gave up on them. It ain't no more season. That was it. Yeah. Imagine your season ends with you having an opportunity and a timeout. You got a possession, you got time and a timeout. 7 seconds, down 1, and you got a timeout, and you can't even get the ball in bounds.
Man.
You the number 3 seed. You just came off of winning 13 out of 16 games, and you can't get the ball in bounds. Man, if that wasn't the most Atlanta sports and that I've seen, I mean, it was reminiscent of 28-3. Like it's some bad mojo when it comes down. Whatever the Braves have done to break that spell, we got to figure it out, and we got to spread it around to the rest of the Atlanta sports teams. Because people are saying that the Braves sacrificed themselves this season for the Falcons. I hope so.
Yeah, I will tell you this, Dukes. I did pick the Fever in that game, and I picked it because I thought, what they've been trying to do since Caitlin Clark went down is prove that they can win, even without the superstar rookie. So I thought they would be a little hungrier. But when it got down to what we call it Mississippi nut cruncher time, I really did think, oh man, Duke's got this one. Dream about to win, and I was just floored that a team of that caliber in that environment, favored in this series, favored all season long. I think they were the 3 and the Fever the 7 or something like that, and couldn't even get an opportunity to inbound the ball to even try to win. And if you missed that game, and you missed like just a great game of basketball. Same thing in the other game 3 out west. With the Seattle Storm versus the Las Vegas Aces, it went down to a final buzzer beater as well. You had Asia with the opportunities to win the game. She missed both shots, but got putbacks in, rebounds from her teammates. Skylar Diggins gave the Storm a lead with about 15 seconds to play. Great game as well, but it ended up going the Aces' way when that missed buzzer beater by the Storm. And when they interviewed Asia post-game, it was like, hey, you're going to be facing the Dream next. She's like, what? I mean, facing the Fever next. She's like, what? The Dream didn't win? I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Duke said he ain't watching no other games. So
yeah, I ain't even watched that one. Oh, you want, and don't get me started to the money game. We
about to turn the page to the Bills and the Dolphins because this ain't I told you so moment, Dukes, because you was playing with emotion with your fantasy and emotion with your money. But me and Chico tried to tell you, Dukes. We tried to tell you.
Man, listen, man. You know what? Like I always say, the game is to be sold and not told. Y'all tried to tell me, but I had to go buy that game. And what people don't realize is game could be expensive, but you can't tell nobody. They got to buy it for themselves. I bought that game last night, and now I know when you got common sense and you go against it emotionally, you usually lose.
Mm.
And I prefaced, my prediction last night by saying this is prefaced by me putting some positive mojo behind the Dolphins because I need them to win for my fantasy. Now, I will say this. They did their thing fantasy-wise. Tyreek Hill caught a touchdown. Jalen Water caught a touchdown. Tua had 2 touchdowns. A-Chain, I think A-Chain got a touchdown too.
He did.
So I did well fantasy. I'm not mad at that. But, man, 0-3. And when it came down to it, we're talking about, now this game could have been way different. Probably your most veteran and best defensive lineman gets a roughing the punter penalty when you get a stop. What are you even doing?
That's the part that got me, Dukes, is the football IQ in that situation. You weren't going to block that punt.
Dukes, I think you were betting on the fact that the Dolphins wouldn't go 0-3 to start the season. You was betting against like that. You're like, they got to win this one right here.
And you know what? Everything was set up for them to win. It was 21-21.
They were in the game.
Man, 21-21. You finally found some things that work. Tua was making plays with his legs.
The running game wasn't bad.
Yeah, and remember yesterday I said they've got to start using the bigger back, and then they use Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State, and he scored early. Like things were going well. Next thing I know, man, you get the stop, you got the momentum. This dude Sealer just runs up the middle, for no reason, runs into the punter. You give them extra life. You don't give. That's like you don't give the MVP another shot at it. You don't give you don't give Michael Jordan another shot. You don't give Pat Mahomes another shot. You don't do things like that. Yeah. You don't make it out of a party. You know what I'm saying? With Diddy and then go. They say I forgot my keys.
Whoa.
You feel me?
Whoa. Hey, you gotta leave them keys.
You gotta leave
them keys. Damn.
Yeah, you gotta leave them keys. So and that's what happened, man. So I'm not sure if Mike McDaniel makes it through the weekend. We'll see.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm gonna double back on something we said last episode, Dukes. The seat is certainly hot. It ain't heating up, it's hot. But I think you still have to give him like an asterisk because when you look at the past 2 years, having his starting quarterback hurt, that kind of gives you a pass on that. But as it relates to what have you done for me lately this season right here with a healthy quarterback, if he doesn't get one of these next two, if he can't get this team to 1-4 or 2-5, I think by game 5 he's gone, if not this weekend. But somewhere in the next 3 games, if he doesn't win 2 of the next 3, he's gone.
That's what you're laughing at right there. Chico would go back and get your keys for you, they said.
Ain't no doubt he would. I'd be like, damn, Chico, let's go. I left my key. I go get him. Give me a minute.
They said I went back and stayed longer.
And then it be that SpongeBob voice. 3 hours later.
You're right.
That joker's still up in there.
Oh, man.
I was getting my hair braided.
Yeah, I bet you was.
He braided it. White was up in there.
I bet you was.
Remind me to tell y'all the story about the dude running up on me in the grocery store too, dog.
When?
Why we got to remind you? Tell it right now.
Right now in the middle of the show?
Yeah.
You did predictions first, might as well.
Man, just I wanted to tell you on Uncle Chico, not on the morning run show, but long story short, man, I'm out there. I got my braids done by T-Braids 808 Hawaii. Shout out to her. And afterwards,
Chico, pardon this interruption. I want to point this out to you first.
Here we go.
A thousand parts. On Monday, we are going to announce a new title sponsor for the morning run.
Yes, sir.
On Monday. So it's best that you go ahead and tell this bullshit now. because we done signed it. Like, so don't save it for Monday. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's for the show for real. I think I need to just tell y'all off camera. How about that? We just
you might well make it G-rated. Go on now.
Runners. I'm gonna have to leave y'all out of this one right here, runners. I'm gonna have to leave y'all out.
You did that yesterday.
Just know that the is.
Come on, Chico. Dude ran up on you in the grocery store, man. Come on.
He
Man.
just
Chico,
I got it's a longer story, but I'll just tell you the short story. I sat after getting my hair braided, I sat in some like apartment areas that I really didn't know. I'm just sitting there on my phone. But some telling me, dog, don't sit right here too long. Move, The big black dude in a black truck, people just out here, So I'm sitting there and then I get a phone call from my cousin. So now I'm on the phone for the longest. I don't move, I'm sitting there on the phone. Somebody come outside, I can tell they looking at me like, what is he doing? So I try to play it off. I'm trying to move. I'm going to go ahead and leave. But before I leave, I want to speak to the lady to let her know I'm a good person. Like, hey, I didn't have to do that, but I did, right? Apparently, she took it wrong. She didn't call her boyfriend. I didn't know this. She didn't call her boyfriend. I'm sitting there in the truck again. I moved to the other apartment complex. I'm still sitting there. Finally, my boy comes. I talk to him for a while. Still sitting there. And now I leave. Go down the street. I go to a Whole Foods, the most wholesome place you can go, right? I go to a Whole
He ain't followed you in that, Chico.
Bro, I go to a Whole Foods. I'm in the section of potatoes. I'm searching on my phone with my earbuds in, searching on my phone, but this potato versus that potato. The most wholesome thing you could do, most innocent thing you could do. Next thing I know, I see somebody like this. Oh, hey, what's up? He's like, what's up, bro? You got lost earlier? I said, lost? Nah, you got the wrong person. I'm totally innocent. I said, nah, you got the wrong person. Nah, bro, you got lost earlier, I think, right? You was in front of my house. Me? In front of your house? Hell no, you got the wrong person.
You was in apartment, Chico?
But see, he said house too, but I'm at these apartments. So when he says house, I'm thinking house, not even apartments, right? Like he said his house, his home, his place of living. Man, I gotta finish the story later on. It's going too far now. But anyways, long story, he just came up to me. He was like, yeah, bro, my wife said she saw this dude sitting outside the house in a black truck in the Tundra, and I called my boys. And they said, yeah, he's still out here. So I left work. I came up here, bro. I needed to see what's going on. I said, what? Your wife? I said, you know what, bro? My bad. I did say something to a lady. I was sitting in this, parking stall, but I wasn't bothering nobody. I was on the phone. My bad, bro. Because he seemed real nice and respectful, right? He didn't come try to be aggressive. He came like, hey, bro, were you lost today? I was like, nah. But anyways, I look up. I look up. So he's an unassuming dude. He's leaving out. I mean, damn, if I see 2 or 3 other guys walk out with him. And he brought the team with him.
So Chico, let me
I
unpack
walked out.
that.
I was like, wait a minute. Did he?
Let me unpack that, Chico.
Did he just press me?
Hold
up, bro.
First of all, Chico, you ain't did nothing wrong.
I ain't doing that wrong.
Hawaii is part of America, free country. You can park where you want to park.
Okay.
Having said that, that man lady done cheated on him before, and everybody in the hood know it. So she had to call him and say, hey, in case your boys tell you somebody over here now, I don't know this dude is out here.
Damn.
Now, that sounds to him exactly what a cheating broad would say if she was cheating. So now he done left work in a hurry, and now he got to follow you because he got to understand, like, was she just BSing and saying somebody she don't know is out there, or she trying to throw a smoke trail?
Yeah, because he
wasn't.
wasn't.
For you to say he was a nice guy, wasn't aggressive, there's no way to follow somebody unaggressive.
But then that's what I'm saying, Uncle. So
There's
I'm nice
no way
in the
to
store.
wave somebody down in the grocery store. The whole process was aggressive, Chico.
I stopped him. I said, hold up. I said, bro, you followed me all the way to the store? He's like, yeah, bro. I didn't know. Like, you was in front of my house. I was like, bro.
Man.
Chico, I don't know how she looked, but you can circle back and get that.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Man.
You got people that die with their girlfriend, dog.
Yeah, you remember 5 Heartbeats? Buddy said, every day I got to fight to prove my love. Buddy
that man left work.
Bro, you do it. I said, dog, I gave him a pound. I said, good job, though, bro. I said, good job. You defended her honor. Go back home and tell her that I was 6'9", muscles everywhere, and I was crazy, and you defended her honor.
Hey, listen, did you wave from outside the truck?
I was in the truck. I didn't get out or nothing. Like,
So
I didn't do nothing aggressive. So I meant to act. I was like,
inside?
damn, did I?
Hello, did you wave to her while she was inside her house?
No, she was outside. Like, you know how somebody walking towards you and you're like, damn, they finna come and ask me why I'm parked over here or something. So I'm like, let me just move before they even come. And then let me roll my window down and show her that, like, I'm a good, like, you ain't got nothing to worry about, I'm
Wait,
leaving.
Chico, I don't mean
I'm
to
like, that's where I
exploit.
went wrong at, right?
Chico, I don't mean to exploit stereotypes and prejudices. But when you let your window down with them cornrows, you did not show her you was a good guy.
Damn.
You show her you was a robber. That's
Sure,
what
I
you
was a
show
threat.
her. And it's like me showing somebody this beard. Hey, I'm a good guy. Look, like, no, that don't say good
That's
guy.
messed up, dog. That's messed up, man. I'm like, well, I'm in here doing the most wholesome thing you could do is looking at some sweet potatoes. And somebody come up and ask me, was like, man, I couldn't believe it. But then,
All the
it kicks
potatoes.
in later because you let it slide, but then you think like, hold up, wait. Did he just run up on me? What?
Hey,
Nah.
one thing about it, I know for sure, Buddy, he willing to go to hell or jail about that girl.
Yep.
For sure.
And here the thing is, I don't know whether he came up expecting like his plan was to be aggressive, and then when I turned around, he was like, "Oh, bro, did you just get lost?" Or did he come in there like, you know what, I'm gonna kick his ass?
Man,
But
that
nah, you
lady
know
done
what? It
turned
can't.
Buddy every which way but loose. I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him.
She done put that sunshine on him and put it on somebody else on the block.
Damn.
Cause let me tell you what my uncle told me, Chico. You can learn a lot from a drunk uncle. And I didn't know what he was saying until years later. And then it made sense to me. He said, nephew, let me tell you something. A scared man can't bet and a jealous man can't work.
Cause he said he left work. I'm thinking to
He
myself,
left
I don't know
work.
if I would have left work, bro, unless it was like a
He
real
at work.
threat.
That's what I mean. A jealous man can't work.
They
He at
live
work and
Damn.
that's on his mind.
in
He
the
done had to
apartment.
clock out to go check
Yeah. I'm like,
on his trap.
In the
I wish I
apartment.
would have asked him more questions though. I wish I would have been like, did she say I was disrespectful? Where do you work? How did you get here so fast? How you
Well,
know I can't do?
I'm gonna tell you what happened, Chico. His boys in the apartment complex seen your truck too. And she seen the truck and she was like, man, let me call this fool and let him know that this dude out here ain't with me. And the minute you say that, what he gonna think? Oh, okay, so you let me know somebody over there. All right.
Man,
Hey,
that's crazy.
look,
And then followed you to Whole Foods.
I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but Chico, how she look?
You know what?
That's why he let the window down. He wouldn't have done it to no ugly chick. He let the window down because she looked good. I wanted her to see I was nice. I wanted her to see I was nice. He know damn well she looked good. That's why he let the window down.
Man,
And he know
hold up.
damn well she looked good. That's why he left work. And he know damn well she looked good. That's why he brought 3 of his partners to the store with him.
Man,
None of them boxes mean ugly girl.
Man, I'm starting to think maybe that's why Chico took the phone call right there.
Nah, I took I literally turned it. You know, you turn it. You know, you turn it to somewhere, and then you pull in, and then you back up, and then you turn right out. That's what I was expecting to do. So I pulled in, and I backed up, So I'm parked backwards into the parking stall, and I might have been crooked too. So Chico, but it wasn't enough for somebody to come out and say something unless you want to be a Karen.
Chico. You just left 808 Breaks.
Yeah.
And you driving down the street.
No, I went right over to the next.
And some just told you, let me go park over here and do what?
Yeah, it's like, what was it, like 12 in the afternoon, 12 noon.
Okay.
Everybody should be at work or whatever, right?
But I mean, what made you stop right there? What were you stopping for anyway?
I was turning in to turn around to go the other way.
Okay, but you stopped. What made you stop? I'm gonna tell you what made him stop, Dukes. He seen that wagon she was dragging, and he said, "Oh, hold on, let me sit here a second."
It was nobody outside at the time. It was no one outside at the time. So I sat there for a good little while on the phone with my cousin, and then someone walked outside, and that's when I was like, "Damn, now they're gonna come and say something to me. Let me go ahead and move."
In apartments though, like you can park in apartments.
It's like it's like, but there are assigned parkings out here. Everything is damn near assigned unless you park on the street. So I knew I might be in somebody's parking spot, but let me get up out of here.
I knew I might.
Yeah, I knew I probably was for sure in somebody's parking spot.
Hey man,
but nah, man, it was all good, man. But it was crazy that when I parked there and then I moved and parked somewhere else, was on the phone. I was like, damn, somebody probably looking like, why is he sitting here? I was saying that to myself the whole
No, I'll
time.
tell you what
I kind of
happened.
probably manifested it.
That dude that be flipping them pigeons to let folks know the cops are coming in the complex. He looked and said, "Man, who this dude with the braids pulling up in front of Rico girl house?"
Got to be a
Mhm.
narc.
Let me text Rico. Oh, now she done walked outside and he done waved out. Oh, okay.
See,
Let me let him
Still
know the
smart.
cable man over here to lay some cable.
You couldn't take
Man.
the call while driving? No, I didn't want to. And it's
But-
illegal to be on the phone out here, but I did have the Bluetooth on. I
Well,
just
you
wanted
got-
to sit there.
Man, you see how that man just said it's illegal, but he had the Bluetooth. Man,
Yeah,
Chico
but I had the
said anything.
Bluetooth.
You got to
But
watch
still,
Chico.
but still, like, I just sat there on the phone. I know somebody have done that before. Don't act like I'm the only one to do that. Come on now.
You don't want to pull up in a strange complex with private parking spaces, bag in, looking at booty.
Had this little MMA fighter approach me, dog.
Man, with three of his
With
partners.
his boys at the self check.
Man, we would have got out of that Whole Foods. Who's gonna be the first two to run up? That's what I want to see.
What you should have done, Chico,
and he probably had it on him too.
Had you
Probably
seen all four of them?
Nah, if it would have been an Uso, I would have been like, nah, it's
No,
love.
I'm telling you how you get out that situation, Chico. This is like you could do it well. If you look up and four dudes about to jump you in Whole Foods, leave the potato aisle, go to the cucumber aisle, and let the freaky Chico come out. And they be like, no, he good.
That's a lie.
He wasn't over there for her.
Twirl the cucumber around like this.
Yeah. Tie the bottom of your shirt in a knot.
Like, yeah, I went to your girl house, but I hated it.
I knew he'd be with his dukes. I knew he'd be with me.
All right, Doc. All right, that's my story for the day.
the morning run.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us this long.
Freaky Friday edition.
Look at this. You gotta tour that thing around.
Hey man, Chico. See now, look. Hold on. I want put me on the screen. This is for everybody that says, "Oh, you picking on Chico? Y'all picking on Chico? Chico don't do this. You picking on Chico? Chico is twirling the cucumber right now.
Yeah, unscripted. I just said go to the cucumber aisle. He picked it up and twirled it.
That is the third cucumber twirl.
I wonder what they would have done if somebody did that.
He is having the time of his life.
I didn't think about that angle right there.
Y'all saying that we.
What if all four of them would approach me and I would have just turned instantly? Like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? I can't act like that, but
Chico went to your girl house and hated it. Him
went to your girl house and hated it.
He said it again. And then you gonna blame me and like, y'all do Chico any kind of way. Y'all did this. Y'all did this. Man, listen, that's my cousin, and I'm not tripping on none of this because guess what? That's him. He's unapologetically him. And you know what? For what he likes to do, he is him. So go ahead, cuz.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Chico, stay out of the grocery stores. Stay out of the grocery store streets. Freaky Chico in the chat. Damn.
Man, hey, toss that alley-oop. The boy Chico came slaying that thing like the white boy.
And hung on the rim. like Prince did with Charlie Murphy and said blouses.
Ooh.
I told you I didn't want to tell the story.
Chico, I don't know. Can y'all see the field?
Yes, sir. Looking nice out there.
This is one of my favorite parts at the end of practice, the eve of the game. It's called call outs. So like right now you have the punt team out there, right? And Coach Prime will pick a number and play like that person is down, and the bench has to be listening, and the next man has to run out there and replace them. And so you'll see a guy hustling on, because you never know in football if somebody ready to go, can't go, whatever. So the depth chart has to be just as aware as the ones in these situations. And so he'll say, hey, 16 down, and whoever's backing up 16, has to run out there and get in that position. So it's one of those things that instills that discipline and focus to always be paying attention. Just because you're not in the game, you still have to be game aware. And so that's pretty much he does that at the end of practice the day before the game. So that's what's taking place right now.
Nice. For everybody listening out there, that's damn near like football 1-on-1 right there. You're going to go through those situations. You're going to call out the guys. You're going to expect them to be ready to go. I said that before in one of the lives and commenting on what Jason Phillips said to his wide receivers that was caught on camera. He said, if I turn around and call for you and you're not there, I'm not going to be looking for you to go into the ball game. Your ass not going in.
Yeah.
And that's simple as that. I've heard that
You
from
proved
Maloney.
you don't want to go in.
You proved you don't want to go in. You should be in my hip pocket. I'll turn around, I should be bumping into you. Oh, damn. Here you go right here. Go in, Chico. Hey, you don't want to play. You back there. What they call
And
it? I
coach will
almost
do
said the other
that.
word.
Coach will
Horse
do that
playing.
Coach will do that not just for special teams, but he'll do it for defense, offense. Any situational formation we have, you have to be aware of where you are on the depth chart. So he'll say Duke's down, and if Chico ain't listening, Chico got to hustle up and run out there.
Mm-hmm. And let you not be listening. Let you be the next man up, especially on something like punt team or punt return or something like them. The worst ones not to be ready for right there. You got one job. You know you're not playing in the game for sure. You're the third string but we got you on punt team. You better be ready to go. You better not be having to use no timeout because you're not on the field. That's the worst.
Absolutely.
Shoot.
Absolutely. Call
Y'all
that
still
cucumber
on it.
formation.
I'm not gonna add on that. I learned not to add on that anymore. Even
Now
if
go
I'm
ahead.
playing.
Go ahead for number 4.
It is the morning run. Deuce the scoop. Big dog Chico. Yours truly, Uncle Neely. Colorado Buffaloes have a home game this weekend, a night game, 8:15 p.m. Mountain. That'll be 10:15 kickoff on the East Coast. So it's going to be a late night game. Wyoming is coming in. There's a lot of connectivity, Chico, between that program and here. Their current offensive coordinator was the offensive coordinator here under Mel Tucker. So you got to believe he has a chip on his shoulder, wanting to prove that he could still be that guy. One of the things that we have been deficient at, Dukes, is stopping the run, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Absolutely.
running back coach at Wyoming is the former running back coach here, who departed right before Marshall Faulk came, Gary Harrell, a.k.a. Coach Flea. So you've got to know he wants to run the ball, on where he was previously employed at. So I think there's some human interest stories here that can rear and flare up. But I also think it's just going to get back down, to fundamental football. Like you're playing an opponent that you cannot take for granted. You saw what they were able to do and maintain against Utah, at least in the first half. You got to expect a tough and physical game from these guys.
It's one of those times. First of all, I want to commit. I just want to give a shout out to human interest. The way you put that together, great job. Secondly, when you talk about being able to line up and just be dominant because our roster is better. These are the games where you look at it, you say, how many players on Wyoming's roster would trade places to be on Colorado's roster? When you have those games where you know that these guys are looking for a step up or guys who would like to be at this level, you have to show them the difference. You remember I used to tell this story all the time about playing higher competition. And I was, playing pickup basketball and some guys who were actually playing on the college team said, all right, y'all don't want enough. We finna show y'all the difference. And they started to show us the difference. It started to show that they were better basketball players straight up. And there were more of them than us. That's what Colorado has to do. You got to show them the difference between Big 12 football and Big West or Mountain West football. I think Wyoming is what, Mountain West maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
You got to show them the difference between Power 4 and Group of 5. That's what Colorado has to do. You have to show them that Xavier Hill and Jordan, and it's not about individual players. It's about the sum of the whole. Because Xavier Hill was playing Power 5, Group of 5 last year. But now that he's in Power 4, you wouldn't see anybody with a Jordan Seaton next to a Xavier Hill. That's what makes Colorado good. And I think at this point, you just got to show them the difference, and especially in the trenches.
Yeah, and I appreciate your shout out on the human interest because I think, all of those emotions come to flare and bring themselves to the table to be exposed. And you touched on that point to prove that chip on the shoulder. And as you mentioned the other day, Duke so eloquently mentioned, it's even more exasperated with the transfer portal. Like this is a national TV night game audition for you to go anywhere in the world. If you can show that you're a guy at Wyoming and you can handle up playing Colorado. So those guys are going to come here and be up for the game. It's going to be one of those games, Chico, that it's going to prove something one way or the other. Coach Phillips says this all the time about film. He said it's only two things that happen when you put something on film. You either sending a message or sending an invitation. You either sending a message that I'm going to kick your ass, or you're sending an invitation to come kick mine. And I think this is one of those games that when the game is over and you review the trench tape, especially the run, stop, or the lack thereof, it's going to be an invitation or a message sent for the rest of the season.
I think that's going to tell the story, just like you said. Stopping the run and running the football and that time of possession is going to be huge because that's what they want to do, control the clock and not give Colorado so many possessions on offense to score and go up by many points, to have them behind and forcing them to pass the football.
I would say this, Chico, because I want to hear your thoughts on this as an offensive guy that hands the ball off to the special teams to do their thing. When we talk about they played Utah and it was 3-0 first quarter, 0-0 second, and then the game opened up. One of the things we got to also be aware of that I don't think will happen here with the Colorado team is I think Utah missed 4 or 5 field goals in that game. And I think that if this game against Wyoming was to go like that, Mata ain't missing 4 or 5 field goals.
Nah.
So even if they come off special teams points, you're going to put yourself in a situation, to be 12 to 15 to 0 if it flows like that Utah game, and then the offense opens up. When that depth in the trenches begins to expose itself. Talk about how the offense, can get going because special teams is going.
Oh yeah, for sure. If special teams is going, whether it's field goals are clicking, that means that you can just get in range enough on offense to put points on the board. And I think this week, with Coach Shermer and Caden Salter, presumed to be the starting quarterback, I think they're going to go deeper into that bag to get some early scores, should I say. I think they're going to be concentrating on getting those early scores in the ball game to go up to negate that Wyoming running game and just force them in an uncomfortable position that they don't want to be in. And that is having to pass the ball, maybe go spread formations rather than, a power type formation. So the defense has a job to do. Special teams has been special, like Coach Prime say. The offense just has to also capitalize on those situations that they're allowing you to put your field goal unit in. Just put points on the board. Don't take points off of the board. Find a way to put points on the board every possession, and I think you'll be fine.
Chico, I love that. No pun intended when I use a reference for my Dallas Cowboys and these Wyoming Cowboys that Colorado's about to play. When you watch the Cowboys play, because of what their kicker can do from 55, 65 yards, you see when the Cowboys are at midfield, they can go for a big chunk play because they know no matter what happens, we are already in field goal range. A lot of people had to be conservative, do a little check down, do a run play, try to get just some positive yards because they need about 4 or 5 more yards for their kicker to be in range. When you're operating already within range and you got a consistent kicker like you got in Buck Buchanan here, the lone guy, and you got Otto Mata who just does not miss, particularly from 40 in. If you get stuck in one of those situations offensively and it's third and whatever, man, you could take your shot because you're still in position to get 3 points.
Yep, that's a great point right there. Just like excuse me, like you said, you want to take those shots. You got a big play receiver in Dura Jr. I think we'll have to concentrate on him. And that's the thing about playing a team like this. I look back and look at it like a North Dakota State, a team that was pretty dangerous, might not have had a lot of highly touted recruits, but they play well, they play disciplined, and they understand each other. So I think with this team right here with Wyoming, that can hurt you on big plays like the fast running back they have. Scott has been consistent, but you just have to focus in on those key guys, kind of like what Coach Reed said. You want to get your best players the ball, and we know exactly who their best players are on the Wyoming side, so we need to key in on those guys and make sure we stop them and don't let them get going in this game.
Absolutely.
All right, you gotta. Let me ask this question, Unc. Since you might know for sure. We got Ralphie for this game or anytime this season?
You know, man, Chico, I think you're about to hear this here first on the morning run. And I wasn't told that we can't say it, but here's what I was told last night. We did practice last night, the football team, and toward the end of practice, Ralphie's trailer pulled up, and I was told that last night they were going to run her a couple times, and the vet was going to check her today. And if the runs and the vet checked out, that you will see Ralphie 7 for this game tomorrow night.
Ralphie 7. You heard it here first. Will Ralphie 7?
I didn't stick around to see how the run went.
That's why I was going to
Of
ask
course,
that.
they've been, working. They knew this was coming, and so the torch had been passed at the ranch, regardless of what folks knew. So last night was one of those field tests after we got done practicing. And like I said, I didn't stay around to watch it, but I was told by some of the folks in the know that they're gonna, practice run her tonight, do a vet exam in the morning, make sure everything is okay, and if everything is okay, Ralphie will be running tomorrow night. And weather-wise, there's no rain in the forecast. Dry turf down there. Might be a little cool in the air. At kickoff and halftime, because Ralphie does run twice. Runs at the opening of the first and opening of the third. So there's been some times in the past years, Ralph had to be pulled because of the field conditions. Well, now with turf and then no rain or no snow, I think it's all the arrows are pointing up.
Hey, what do you think about the people? I see a comment in here talking about getting back to the buff stuff, the fight song, Ralphie running, Old Faithful, and things of that nature. What do you think about, with the transfer portal and guys not staying at schools as long? What do you think about them learning the fight song? Do you think that's important, for a team? And like moving forward, how do you think that's going to play into, college football, the traditions of college football with all these transfer portals?
We ran into this, and Deuce, I'd love to hear your take as well, because Auburn's rich in tradition. We ran into this at Jackson State, which was, Coach Prime's first year using the portal when it was allowed, and everybody bucked up against it. It becomes like what basketball has already become. For you to be successful, you're going to have a lot of one and done and two and done guys on every roster. And so, as much as the Jackson State alma mater song is dear to me, a guy coming in to play as a grad student, play football for 1 year, I'd rather him learn that damn playbook than learn that song. And so I think there's some nuances, that the new college world of football has to get used to. Now, there's been efforts made here, successful efforts made here, particularly during the spring and summer, for new guys to learn the school song. As it relates to Ralphie, here historically, I wasn't here, I'm just going off a video, the team kind of ran out with Ralphie, like almost the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Deion Sanders ain't running next to no Buffalo. It ain't happening. So he made it clear when he got here, no, the Buffalo go first and we come behind. Because, the coach runs out with the team first. Like, I'm not running next to no wild animal and trusting 3 people holding it. So I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree. I mean, if it comes down to knowing what to do when they're in 11 personnel and the slot guy goes in motion and they run option to the left, would I rather know that or would I rather know the fight song? I'd rather know that. With that being said, for the guys who do take in the tradition seriously, I think it's awesome. I think it's a great thing, and I think they'll have time for that. But if it came down to, hey man, you don't know the fight song, so you can't really be invested. Winning makes everybody invested. When you win, they will figure out the fight song. But I think as far as when you just got to win, man. That's all it is. Like, we could talk about fight songs, we could talk about traditions, we could talk about everything. And we could talk about Auburn. The tradition is rolling Toomer's corner. Well, guess what? You roll Toomer's corner, when you win.
When you win, dog.
When you win. So I think that's the most important thing, is guys who are coming in and being able to win. That's what's important.
I love that. That toilet tissue don't come out unless we win.
That's right.
Them trees do not get rolled after a loss.
That's right.
No, for sure.
Or should I say, like Auburn or Alabama would say, that's right. That's damn right.
I got one for y'all. Speaking of win, if I may. If you go look at the Big 12 conference standings, there's only like 2 teams who have played a conference game. Both of them lost, which means somebody else won as well. But when you look at the number of teams out there who in the conference rankings are 0-0, we've played a conference game against Houston and lost. We know the goals are still in front of us. We also know that Wyoming is not a conference game. But Dukes, Chico, just the atmosphere, the feel, I don't care if it's the chat, whatever. How much of a must-win game is this game versus Wyoming?
Man, as must win as must can, as must what is the definition of must win? That put Colorado right there. That's what this game is. You got to win this game. Like, this ain't about, you lose this game. I mean, like, yes, you could probably you could lose this game and probably still make the Big 12 championship. But as far as for morale, as far as getting your team ready for Big 12 competition, this is a very, very, very important game. As far as people believing in it, not even just outside, but for the people inside to continue to believe what's the game plans and is it working. This is a game you got to win. You don't lose games like these and things are okay. I think if you lose this game, you see sweeping changes. That's my prediction.
Chico?
Well, if you look at the schedule, Big Dog, and you have BYU and TCU and all these conference games coming up, and you say, is this a must win? I would say yes, indeed, it's a must win for your season. Like, I just don't see a situation where you lose this game, which technically, by paper, you can lose and still go to the Big 12 championship. But I don't see how you would lose this game as a team and then gather yourself back and go on a run in the Big 12 conference play. That'll be hard to do. Can it be done? Yeah. But most likely, I don't think so. So that makes this a must-win game for your season, your confidence, and everything else, man. So, yeah, must-win, no doubt.
Well, unlike Chico, when he tries to go against the grain, I'm going to agree with my brothers and put a green check mark up, too. This is a must-win game. And I'll give a different reason why, Dukes. I love what you said. Love what you said, Chico. No need to repeat it. I'm going to go a different track with it, though. Chico, you can put the schedule back up as well. We all know the goal is to go to the Big 12 championship, and when you're there, win it. That's the goal. Let's go. That's it. But let me tell you what the floor is. The floor is you have to deliver what you've already delivered, and that is a bowl berth. And a bowl berth takes 6 wins, and it doesn't matter if those wins are conference or not. You let Georgia Tech get by you, one-score game. You blew just a wonderful opportunity in Houston. Right now, with 1 win, you really could be 2 or 3 wins. And as it relates to having to have 6 wins to get to a bowl game, this one means damn near everything for that process. Because that puts you at 2. And when you look at the rest of the schedule, you've got to get 4 more to go to a bowl game. Like, you got to have 6 wins for a bowl invite. And so it's one thing to get 9 or 10 wins and be in the Big 12. But when you've already set the ceiling or the floor in this situation as we will always get you to a bowl game, that starts with Wyoming. Well, it started with Georgia Tech. It starts with week 1 because you got to get to 6. If you keep on dropping these games in September, you've made November hell.
Yeah. Can't do that, though. Can't put yourself in that situation. Kind of like what you said about playing spades. If you think you got those books, if you bet it, or you say that you have 6 books, you're going to get 6 books, and you need those 6 books to go to a bowl, and you mess around and let one get away from you, now you got to make that up. And it's going to be tougher to make that up in conference play.
Chico, I was about to say that, man. And Dukes, as to continue this spades analogy, Dukes, you ever been sitting there looking at your partner, and your partner the one raking, and you see we got 3 books over there, and we need 3 more, and I'm looking at my hand, but ain't but 4 cards left. I got to get 3 out the next 4.
Yeah.
When once upon a time, all I needed 4 out of 12. It's like it gets harder as the deck gets smaller.
No, for sure. Like, and when you have opportunities to get out in front and you don't, it becomes a problem, like you said. So that's it. Man, Chico, can you put that schedule back up one more again?
One more again.
Right. Man, when you look at BYU, they gonna run the ball. TCU run the ball. Iowa State ran the ball 40 times against Iowa. Utah, that quarterback gonna run the ball. The next 5, if you don't figure out how to stop the run, you're gonna be in trouble for these next 5 games. That's just the truth. All of them teams are running the football.
And Dukes, I love that. And here's the best way to get those people to not run the football is to show against Wyoming that you can stop the run. Because they have linemen that have NFL grades, draft grades. They got a true back. They have a true running system, and you can put somebody in a position before you play them to make them change their mind about how they're gonna play you. But that means being not just successful. You have to be dominant in that regard to send the message. You look at the Crawford Canelo fight. There were some things that Crawford has done over his career that made Canelo say, "I'm not even gonna try that tonight."
Yeah,
I've seen it be unsuccessful. Like, why would I think, well, I do it? Like, no, you leave that alone because you've seen what he demonstrated in that regard. Colorado, with 3 games in the books, we've yet to prove you don't want to run on us.
Right.
Well, I think another way to take away that run game also is to put points on the board.
Yep.
Stop stalling. Stop punting the football and giving them more possessions and chances to go up on you. Find a way, whatever it is, to light a fire under this offense to say we have to score points on our first 2 possessions. Somehow,
Chico,
some way.
Chico, you preach then. Chico, I wish we could rewind live and let them just hear you say that again, brother, because you're just so spot on. If we can get up, unlike Utah was able to do, even if it was made field goals, which they missed, now they don't have time to run the ball. They got to pass the ball.
They have to pass. That's why it's so important.
Utah fumbled on the 3 too.
Yeah, and taking care of the football, and we have to force them into turnovers also. Of course, all of these things we're saying that would be the perfect scenario, perfect ball game, but you have to, instill that into your team's head. Hey, man, this is what we need to do. This is our path to victory. These are our keys to victory. So we must.
But Chico, you raise an interesting point, which is why Coach Prime has preached consistency and for this week accountability. Adversity is going to come in this game.
Yeah.
And how do you respond to that adversity? Are you on the bench pointing fingers, or do you own it? When the offense fails, do you blame the defense? When the defense fails, do you blame the special teams? The sideline energy with accountability when things are not going right are also going to be a true indicator of who has the highest number of points when those clocks is 0 at the fourth quarter.
Man, that's so real. I have to hold myself from this. Like yesterday, I told you guys I went to my daughter's first volleyball little match tournament that they had at their school, and I have to hold myself back sometimes. But I did catch myself doing it. I saw her on the bench. She wasn't in at the time, but she was talking to her little teammate, and the other girls back there were cheering, like they do in volleyball. So I called her, come here. Come here. All that talking over there. Get over there and cheer for your team. Let them know you're involved in the game. Lock in. Let the coaches see that you're involved. You know what's going on, But I had to hold myself and watch where I said. But the point is, be involved on the sideline. I don't care whether you 90 years old or you're in the NFL, dog. Know what's going on.
I'm going to tell you this, Chico, as you coach her up. If she ever needs an example of sideline energy, or in this case, dugout, tell her to watch a women's softball game.
Yes. See?
They don't sit down.
Nah. They might as well be cheerleaders too. And that's why I said we're going there. We're going to go to a UH softball game, volleyball game, one or the other, and we'll see how they cheer. And you follow direction.
Yeah. Simple. It's real deal. Energy matters.
Energy matters. I like that. That's why I went. Nothing. I will leave that alone.
Cucumbers matter too, I guess.
I will leave that alone, Duke. That's number 5, Dukes.
Vegetables matter. Next, you got to take the all-purpose rag and wipe the cucumber.
How you gonna wipe it, like this?
Not the other way. Vertical.
Yeah, wow, dog. Hey, also before we move on and get away from here, gotta just say that WWE WrestlePalooza is this Saturday, also 7 p.m. Eastern time. Just wanted to put that out there. It's gonna be on ESPN. So I wanted to get you guys. I don't know if we've done this before, but we're gonna do it again if y'all don't mind. Top 5 wrestlers of all time. If y'all can give me a list
of all time.
Of all time. Give me your top 5 wrestlers of all time. Come on, chat.
Can I go in no particular order?
No particular order. Just give me 5.
Okay. The Rock, Ric Flair, Junkyard Dog.
JYD.
Still got to put Hogan in there, and Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh yeah, Dukes.
And if I had an honorable mention 6, it'd be Booker T. I didn't want to replace Junkyard Dog with Booker T though.
Okay.
Man, I'm going Booker T, Too Cold Scorpio, The Rock, Ron Simmons, and give me Mark Henry.
I like that, Dukes. Dukes went all black on y'all.
He went the brother squad. Yeah,
that's right. Nation of Domination.
We are the nation of domination.
Well, I'm not going to.
Damn well, D'Lo Brown ain't no top wrestler all the time, but he gonna put him in there though.
Y'all let us know, chat.
You gotta let us know yours.
I will let y'all know mine won't stay with the brothers. Mine
Hulk Hogan,
brother. If I had 5 Hulk Hogans, I could rule the world now. I'm going to go with, and I'm not just going to pick my favorites this time. I'm going to pick just non-biased. I'm going to have to go with Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
The damn Undertaker.
Good one.
Longevity. Go a lot of different places from here. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Undertaker, The Rock. And I'm going to have to go. Can you give me a hell yeah?
I was about to say, Chico, we're going to get out of here and nobody mentioned Stone Cold.
You got to mention Stone Cold.
Yeah, you got to, man.
You have to mention Stone Cold. So shouts out to them. Shout out to WWE WrestlePalooza that's going down in Indianapolis. That's tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all check
favorite wrestling move.
Favorite wrestling move? The Jake the Snake short clothesline.
Okay.
My bad. It's personal. You understand me?
That's good.
Man, I'm gonna go Jake the Snake because it used to be a finishing move. The match was over, and that's the DDT. And now it became with the DDT is just a regular move you get up from. So historically the DDT, but in the new era, give me the Stone Cold Stunner because I like the way they react after it happens.
Yeah.
Right.
It was hard.
Man,
what's yours, Duke?
Man, probably the move I used to like to watch the most was when Brock Lesnar, when he first came out, the F5.
You know, that's probably one wrestlers I didn't watch a lot.
Man,
maybe Dukes will fight you over Lesnar, not Lesnar.
Lesnar. Yeah.
He'll fight you over Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
That might have been during the time where WWE and WCW was warring or something. I don't know.
Go watch the highlights when he first came out, when he was picking folks up. Man, I'm going to tell you, the perfect person to ask about Brock Lesnar, ask Spence. Man, so Spence was on that Vikings team when he went up there to go try out.
Yeah.
And they said Brock Lesnar, he was the strongest dude on the team. Now, he ain't had no technique. But they said you couldn't, you didn't want to run up on Brock. Like, and they knew that. So, man, shout out to Brock, man.
All right, Chico.
He said, "Dude's a fight about Lesnar."
Oh man, that's his guy. I know it hurt him not to put Lesnar in his top 5. Not Lesnar. He gonna say Lesnar.
Yeah.
Did you see his daughter? Looked like a small version of him. His daughter is a wrestler, I think.
Dukes, Chico got a content question for y'all. Night game tomorrow, 8:15 p.m. kickoff Mountain Time. Let the people know between now and then if either one of y'all hopping on live or doing pregame stuff or during game stuff.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
No,
let the people know would it be in a late kickoff if you guys on your networks are doing anything live they can tune into.
I'll probably do some pregame. Maybe like a little pregame live, and maybe it should be a video out. I should have a video to drop right afterwards, and then maybe we go live after Chico go off. Then maybe I'll go live for like a few minutes. If that's regular time for Chico, he's gonna be up and ready.
I'm trying to see the exact Hawaii time. I think it's 4:15 for me. So yeah, that's a good time for me. I got to get things done throughout the day, and I can go live later on. So I will be live like usual for the game, play by play. throughout the whole game. Whenever y'all want to jump on or join in, you can. You're welcome. And
Yeah, as always, Chico, you do a great job at it. Sometimes the signal ain't strong enough on my end with all the people in the stadium, but please send a link tomorrow, and I'll hop
yeah,
on at
we'll do.
halftime when I can.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. I think that was the first game. You jumped on halftime from the
Yeah.
locker room. Yep.
Yeah, I
You
found a
and
good
Boog
spot.
was in
I
there.
let everybody clear out, and I found a good spot down there. So
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for the game. We're live and in effect. Big Dog Chico's channel.
Chico,
Duke's
get them super
channel.
chats.
Make sure y'all follow, subscribe, and everything else. We got super chats. Appreciate that, Hal D. Can't stay. I'll watch later. Have a great show. Duncan Sean Peterson for the $4.99. Hal D. Orky North. Feelings on the NCAA approved single transfer portal window, guys. Like that.
yeah,
Yes.
we'll dive into that when it's coming soon. But we'll do that Monday.
Okay.
We got a guest Monday too, but that's big news for football staffs and football recruiting.
Absolutely. All right. Unc, can you please explain to fans when the next transfer portal window opens? Folks keep hearing about players moving, but a lot of people don't actually know the dates and rules. That's another one we have to get into, right?
Yeah, we get to Monday because they just approved the change, so the windows have been shortened and lessened.
Yeah.
Shout out to C Maven.
C Maven, AI, and everybody else in the chat, all our runners. Appreciate y'all mounting up. Share this. Let everybody know to watch the morning run on the Pregame Network each and every weekday morning, depending on where you're located at. All right. Deuce,
I gotta give a shout out too, man. Swerve Strickland, my new favorite wrestler. My bad. Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana for sure.
Make me seem. Oh, I see they got a lot of Samoan wrestlers out there too nowadays. I don't know all of them name, but I need to get back up on wrestling, man. Maybe I'll watch tomorrow for sure. All right. We up and about. Let's wrap it up, Dukes. Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a great day. We're gonna be up and about this thing. TMR crew, peace in the Middle East. Yeah, y'all.